What if everything you think you want is actually just a desire to feel safe? Hello, you amazing human, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's going to completely shift how you think about manifestation and why your desires might not be showing up yet. We're talking about the fundamental human need for safety and how it's secretly running the show in your life. Here's what I've discovered through Abraham's teachings and what science is now proving. Most of us think we want money, the perfect partner, the dream job, the healthy body. But what we're really craving underneath all of that is the feeling of safety, that deep cellular knowing that we're going to be okay, that we're supported, that we can trust life to work out for us. Think about it for a moment. When you imagine having loads of money, what does that really give you? It gives you the feeling that you'll be safe from financial worry. When you dream of the perfect relationship, what's underneath that? The safety of knowing you're loved, that you won't be abandoned, that you belong. When you want the perfect job, it's often about the safety of knowing your future is secure. But here's where it gets fascinating from a neuroscience perspective. Joe Dispenza's research shows us that our brains are literally wired for survival, not happiness. Our nervous system is constantly scanning for threats, and when it doesn't feel safe, it goes into protective mode. In this state, we're not open to receiving new experiences, new opportunities, or new relationships, because new equals potentially dangerous to our primitive brain. Your subconscious mind has this interesting relationship with familiarity. Even if familiar isn't particularly pleasant, it feels safer than the unknown. So if you've grown up with financial struggle, being single, or feeling stuck in your career, these states actually feel more familiar and therefore safer than having abundance, love, or success. This is why you can do all the manifestation work in the world. Visualize until you're blue in the face. Affirm until your voice is hoarse. But if you don't feel fundamentally safe, your nervous system will keep you exactly where you are. It's not being mean to you. It's trying to protect you from what it perceives as danger. Abraham teaches us that when we can cultivate genuine feelings of safety and security from within, we become a vibrational match for all the things we desire. When you feel safe, you're not grasping for things to make you feel safe. You're not coming from desperation or fear. You're coming from a place of knowing that you're already okay. Here's the beautiful paradox. When you stop needing the money, the relationship, the job to feel safe, and you start generating that feeling of safety from within, those very things begin to flow into your experience. It's like the universe says, "Oh, you don't need these things to feel safe anymore. Perfect, here they are." The HeartMath Institute has done incredible research showing that when we're in states of coherence, when we feel safe, appreciated and calm, our heart sends signals to our brains that literally change our perception. We start to see opportunities instead of threats, possibilities instead of problems. We become magnetic to positive experiences because we're no longer defending against them. So how do you start cultivating this feeling of safety? First, you've got to recognize that safety isn't something that happens to you from the outside. It's something you create from within. Yes, there are practical things that can support feelings of safety, but the real work is internal. Start by connecting with your breath. When you're feeling unsafe, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. When you consciously slow down and deepen your breath, you're sending a signal to your nervous system that says, "We're safe now, we can relax." This isn't just spiritual fluff. This is measurable physiology. Practice gratitude for what's already working in your life. When you focus on what's going well, you're training your brain to look for safety and support rather than danger and lack. Even if it's just, "I'm grateful I have a roof over my head tonight. or I'm grateful my heart is beating. Start there. Create small rituals that make you feel nurtured and cared for. This could be making yourself a lovely cup of tea, taking a warm bath, going for a gentle walk in nature, or simply wrapping yourself in a soft blanket whilst reading a good book. You're literally rewiring your nervous system to associate being alive with feeling safe and cared for. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to a beloved child. So often we have this harsh inner critic that's constantly telling us we're not safe, we're not enough, we need to do more, be more, have more. But what if you spoke to yourself with the same gentle, reassuring voice you'd use with a scared child? You're safe, you're loved, everything is going to be okay. Here's something beautiful that Abraham teaches. When you feel safe, you naturally align with your inner being, your higher self, your connection to source. When you're not feeling safe, you're pinched off from that connection. So cultivating safety isn't just about feeling better in the moment, it's about reconnecting with who you really are. Notice throughout your day when you're feeling unsafe or anxious and gently ask yourself, what would help me feel safe right now? Sometimes it's as simple as putting your hand on your heart, sometimes it's calling a friend, sometimes it's just reminding yourself that in this moment, right now, you're actually okay. The amazing thing is that as you start to feel genuinely safe, your whole energy shifts. You stop attracting experiences that mirror your fear and insecurity, and you start attracting experiences that match your sense of safety and well-being. People respond to you differently. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, and life starts to feel more supportive. Remember, you don't need to wait for your external circumstances to change before you can feel safe. You can start cultivating that feeling right now, exactly where you are. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between real safety and imagined safety. It responds to both in exactly the same way. The money, the relationship, the perfect job, they're all lovely, and they may well come, but they're not what you really need to feel safe. What you need is already within you. You just need to remember how to access it. So start today. Start with one deep breath. Start with one moment of gratitude. Start with one gentle word to yourself. Start with the knowing that you are safe, you are supported, and you are exactly where you need to be. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonates, drop a comment with any epiphanies. These videos are made as a guide to help you reconnect with knowledge kept within you. Take what resonates within you and release the rest. Follow the page for more content and sign up for the Patreon for the opportunity to ask more personal questions and also hear longer form answers to all the biggest questions. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep shining your light.